Welcome to this week's episode of Never New News with your host, myself, Jake and O. Excited to be here. Spider blanket in the background. I hope you guys enjoyed the X-Files theme. Well, listen up, because this week I got some crazy things to talk about, but I really want to bring you on to talk about these things and to talk about your own articles. So let me tell you guys what. I want you to go ahead and type in that chat box all the way to the right. Let me know when you want to come on, because I want to bring any of you or all of you onto my show to talk about weird articles, weird news pieces. Because this week, like all weeks, we're talking about the paranormal, fringe, strange, and just flat out unreported news articles from across the web. Never new news coming at you now. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about, this one comes straight from Reddit. It's actually a little bit interesting. There's more like an intriguing piece of news to start out with rather than a paranormal one. So urban planners have done a research saying that perhaps more plants in a city will deter crime. I don't really know how this works at all. In fact, I read through the article, and it was kind of like, it was interesting, some of the study that they did, and it's like the metrics are there. Basically, what they did is, let me look at it was in Philadelphia. So they took a census and they analyzed like vegetation that was in certain parts of the city, no matter what socioeconomical status that city was in. It led to less crime. I mean, this might be like another like sort of unrelated type of article. Like, just because there's shrubbery in an area where there's not as much crime, does that mean that that's the reason why there's not crime? Like, what goes through a mugger's head? Is he gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna fuck up that guy right there. I'm gonna take all his money. Oh no. Oh shoot, is that a shrub? Oh God, like, game over, man. Game over. I'm not dealing with no shrubs. I don't know. That's my logic out behind it. But this is really interesting. Just sort of out there. I mean, truth be told, I didn't even read the whole article. But nonetheless, it's so weird that people would even take the time to study this. Like, that somebody would say, hey, do you think more plants could prevent crime? I want to meet that guy. I want to know, like, what his title is. Is he like a forensic botanist? Who knows? Who knows? There's not much else we can really say on that. That's it. That's all that there is to it. Let me pull up our next little tidbit. This week, I want to read a pretty cool article. This one is taken from the podcast that I talk about, Mysterious Universe. They listed 9 strange Easter traditions. This is actually really funny. This is really funny to look at. So, number 1, in France, Netherlands, and Belgium, they say that every Easter, church bells leave the church towers and go out and get candy and deliver the candy and eggs to the children. So it's like the church bells are like the Easter Santa Claus. And it's totally what they do. They've been doing it for a long time, and people go along with it. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm a little uncomfortable thinking that giant metallic bells are delivering my eggs and my candy, opposed to either like an anthropomorphic bunny, which is also kind of weird, I guess, or a fat man in a red suit. I mean, how do the bells grab hold of the eggs? Maybe I'm just overanalyzing this. I don't know. All right, so that was number 1. Number 2. So in Sweden, people trick or treat on Easter. It's kind of weird. Now, the reason why they do it is because Easter is usually really close to the Swedish tradition called Walpurgis, which is on April 30th. And Walpurgis night in Sweden is it's celebrated by lighting bonfires in attempts to chase away evil spirits and witches. So the Thursday before Walpurgis, little girls specifically dress up as witches. They'll paint their faces and they go from house to house collecting candy. I mean, it's an interesting way to celebrate Easter. I mean, it's definitely not how we do it here in America. And there's nothing wrong with it. Funny to see. What's next? Oh, this one's really funny because this one is really, really easy to blow out of proportion. So in Czechoslovakia, well, I guess not really Czechoslovakia, I mean in Slovakia, for Easter, it's good luck for a husband to beat his wife or his girlfriend. Yeah, you whip her. You beat her. It's good luck. That's it. Okay, now that's not exactly it. There's a little bit more to it. So you whip them, but you whip them with like a little bundle of like ribbons and bells, and it's kind of supposed to be like a sexual thing, but it's not brutally beating them. Nonetheless, it's kind of funny. So let's go through the rest of these. In Germany, they have an Easter tree, like a Christmas tree. In Poland, they make a butter lamb. It's a lamb completely made out of butter, just butter, and everyone does it. Everyone makes a butter lamb for Easter dinner, and they just they go crazy over it. They lose their cookies for it. I'm not kidding you. You can look this up. An entire butter. In many Orthodox and Catholic communities like Greece, Spain, Portugal, and Mexico, it's actually customary to burn Judas. Just burn him. He betrayed his main man, Jesus, his guy Jesus. So you burn Judas. In the Philippines, they actually they do like a mock crucifixion. So they carry out like a similar thing. They represent the whole shindig and do a mock crucifixion. I mean, who wouldn't want to invite the kids and the family to mock crucifixion? I want to backtrack for a second because Shelby says that Paula Dean should move to the butter lamb country, and I can wholeheartedly agree. Except for Paula, she's diabetic now. We gotta keep her the hell away from there. That's the last thing she needs. She will go through houses, homes, biting off the heads of these poor butter lambs. The last thing I want on my Easter dinner is for a fat Southern woman to come into my house and gnaw on my butter lamb. Spend a lot of time on that butter lamb. Okay, another thing. In Germany, a lot of people just eat spinach and other green foods and almonds, and that's like what they do to celebrate the Last Supper. They just eat a lot of strange stuff or green stuff. The last one, number 9. This one's called Rocket War. This one's totally cool. There's a village in the Greek Isles, in a Greek island of Chios. I don't know. It's Greek, but it's a century-old tradition that. A long time ago, Greek villagers tried to scare away the Turkish army by using fireworks. That's what they do now. They launch fireworks at each other. They have a full-out firework war for Easter, shooting these red, vibrant fireworks at each other in the name of Jesus. So, that's kind of funny. I guess really what we should take away from this article is that Easter is one strange holiday. It's like everybody across the world has a different take on it. I mean, if it's supposed, I mean, a lot of people know that Easter is derived from the tradition, the pagan tradition, but nowadays it's supposed to be about Jesus, I suppose. I mean, that's why Christians celebrate it. It's about the resurrection. So how is it that everybody has all these different ways to celebrate the resurrection? Yeah, I haven't actually heard the Krause and Dawkins take on Easter, but I'd like to hear it. I'm pretty sure it would involve Dawkins calling somebody a moron, nonetheless. But either way, if you like bunnies to deliver you candy or you like buttered lambs, everyone has a way to enjoy Easter. So there's that. Well, I would love to bring someone on. I would love it if someone had an article that they want to talk about. I have a couple more, but I'm itching for some social interaction right now. Anyone want to come on? Anyone want to come on and talk about an article? I mean, I know you'll itch me. All right, man. I do have a guest coming on, actually. He's a good friend of mine. But until then, I'm gonna bring on Amin. I'm sure Amin has some commentary on what we've talked about so far. We have a couple more articles coming our way, but Amin,
what up? So what was the second article? What was it you were talking about?
9 strange Easter traditions.
No, the plant thing, the crime and the plant, right?
Yeah.
What was that about? The guy didn't steal. He didn't commit crime because there were a lot of plants in that neighborhood.
I closed the article. I'm gonna bring it up. So the way it works is urban planners did a full-out study of the city of Philadelphia, and they believe that there's a correlation between crime and amount of shrubbery in a neighborhood. And they suggest that more shrubbery and more plants deters crime.
It makes perfect sense. Do you want to know why?
Lay it on me, man.
All right, you ready? All right. So let's just say you drive into a neighborhood where like it's really well maintained, like either the HOA or the neighbors take really good care of their front doors. That means that people care about their homes and they're more likely to invest more in their houses. Security system, they're more likely to be home more. Versus, like, say, if you go drive around ASU, all those houses, near campus, they all look like shit, and the doors are never locked, and they don't have, they're just never home, and they don't give a fuck. So,
yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I really do believe, like, it's just there's a correlation between that where people, like, if you're willing to spend money on your front door, in the neighborhood, on the street that you live in, most likely you're going to be protecting your assets, inside of your house too, a lot better than a neighborhood where, like, whatever.
Yeah, the Rat-Tat-Tat brings up a good point. He says Arizona's doomed. I mean, what are we going to do? Put cacti? Sorry, everybody. Cacti on every corner? I mean, is that really going to keep people from committing crime? Who knows? But I think you're right, Amin. My question is, why even, like, submit that as an article? Why is that even science? Why is that even news? It's just stupid.
Maybe encourage people to, I don't know, take care of their front yards. I don't know. It could create jobs.
I guess.
I think it could create jobs.
But it's like
landscape.
The point isn't that it's the plants that's preventing the crime. I mean, it's not like we have a team of crime-fighting plants out there. It's the fact that plants happen to be in nice neighborhoods. So the plants have nothing to do with it.
No, but see, yeah, I guess you're right, because, see, like, nicer neighborhoods are not likely to be, usually the nicer neighborhoods are not close to the highway. The closer you are to the highway, the more likely you're going to get robbed. It's just, that's just a fact. Well, for the most part. For the most part. Let's just say you live all the way west, of Watuki. Nobody's going to come and, steal anything from your house, because by the time they want to escape, per se, like, it's going to take them like 20 minutes. So it's not really good. Like, good neighborhoods that are away from the highway or whatnot, yeah, they look nicer, people take care of them, and then they're just not, it's not convenient to rob those places. I speak from experience, okay?
If your logic is correct, then Litchfield Park must be the safest place in Phoenix. So let's move along. You can stay on for a little bit. I want to talk about this article. I always like to bring up an article that's just trashed by news. I always like to talk about things that are just blown completely out of proportion and they flip people out. So first, I'm going to tell you guys the title of this article, and let's get some initial reactions. And then we're actually going to talk about the substance behind it. So this article is titled, "Too Much Tea Causes Bone Disease."
Caffeine, yeah.
Apparently now tea is dangerous to drink.
Too much of it is dangerous because it's got a lot of caffeine, more than coffee, and a lot of caffeine, like, you know, if you drink a lot of soda, it just reduces your calcium in your bones and your body. So it's very accurate. I give a thumbs up to that article.
But okay, so let me extrapolate a little bit more about what happened in this article, and then you can tell me if this is worth reporting. So the reason why they made this article is because a 47-year-old Michigan woman developed a serious bone disease because she drank 100 bags of tea every day for 17 years. Holy hell!
She sounds like a dumb bitch. I'm sorry.
Eat 100 of anything every day for 17 years. No matter what it is, I guarantee something's going to go wrong. Maybe, unless it's like 100 peas. If you eat 100 peas, I'm sure you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sounds... Okay, yeah, she's stupid. I agree with you.
Shelby brings up a good point. How the hell does someone even drink 100 bags of tea? She must have had... All right, I'm going to bring Shelby on. Shelby, you get to rant about this one.
Bring her on, and I'm going to go grab an adult beverage, and I'll be right back.
I'm taking you out of here. Get out.
Well, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Can you? Okay, good. I mean, maybe she put like 10 bags of tea in one glass of water. So she just got like super extra tea.
Try to turn down your mic just a little bit. Put your mic thing at the bottom. That could be. I mean, maybe she just like loved her tea like super strong. Would you ever eat 100?
Maybe. I mean, that's a lot of tea. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mic better?
It's working. It was a little loud at first. I think it's a little good now. Kind of sounds like you're talking through a tin can, but we dig it here.
All right. Well, that's probably my computer. Well, let's see. I mean, it's like the people, you know, how Nutella advertises that you could put Nutella on toast and have such a healthy breakfast, and then some lady sued because it made her kid fat. Like, no shit.
Yeah, I mean, Nutella is nice because it has hazelnuts in it. But like, if you're eating a whole tub of Nutella every morning, you're gonna get fat.
Yeah, if you're drinking 100 bags of tea per day, then you're gonna get bone disease.
I think this just goes back to just America in general. We're the gluttony nation. We can't have just like a little bit. I think America hit rock bottom when KFC started selling buckets of soda.
Or the Double Down?
Yes. Yeah. That true. It's just like we can't have anything in moderation. Not even tea. Yeah. Even healthy tea. Soon enough, there's going to be a woman who like develops some sort of neck tumor from eating too much broccoli, and then that's not going to be safe anymore.
Yeah. New studies shows that broccoli is a dangerous food if eaten in too much quantity.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thanks for coming on, though. I have someone on with an article, but great insight. Let's see. Let's take you out of here. All right, I'm bringing in my loyal companion, my partner in crime. Mark Ellis has a great article for you guys this week. Camera's not working quite yet. There you are. No audio. Give him a second. Give him a second. You look a little pixelated. You kind of look like Japanese porn. All right, he's going to come back in a second, and he's got an excellent article. While we're waiting for that, let me bring up my next point. Let me pull it up right here, right now, and we'll talk about what I have next. Actually, the next thing I have is a spooky story. So let's see if Mark can come back on. If he can't, I'll tell the spooky story. I'll tell the spooky story. How you doing now? Still no audio. We can't hear you. Mark, we can't hear you. He's in the other room. Mark, we can't hear you. Give me a second. Speak again. Nothing, man. Just get in here. Go ahead and scooch over. It's on his way right now.
All right, hold on.
But you could just sit on the same screen if you want.
Oh, well, I've got all my articles on this one. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I did, yeah. Well, we have Never New News coming at you from two different angles.
I'm liking it.
Camera one, camera two.
Camera two. All right, total coverage. So, I believe you had an article, something about men, plants, in conflict. What was that one about? I couldn't catch the last part of it.
It was, urban planners in Philadelphia released a correlation that more plants leads to less crime in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's crazy. I actually, I found a series of articles, and some of them kind of dealt with what you were talking about. One was titled, Man Shoots Tree Fires Back. And in a way, I guess that is related to less crime in the neighborhood. Although, as cool of a title it was, it just ended up being that a guy tried to shoot a tree, and then it ricocheted and injured him. And that was a very disappointing story. All these Yahoo stories have been very depressing today. Like, scientists reportedly discover the gate to hell. And it's just
what happened in it?
I don't know. I guess there's a few like places along the Earth's crust that actually delve deep into the core. One of them is the other gate to hell. The pool is just constantly on fire, and this I guess is just ended up being another kind of pit. And so
it's just, all it is like a lava pit.
It basically like there's fumes that come up from like the core of the Earth, and I guess it was some ancient society too. But then from there, the whole world just seems to be getting more and more depressing. I guess in a recent poll said that 13% of American voters think that Obama is the Antichrist. And I swear, to wrap all this up, we've got Easter egg hunt at Seattle Zoo turns violent. I guess two moms taking their children on an Easter egg hunt at the zoo. Fortunately, no animals were involved, but they got into fisticuffs and ended up with bloody noses.
Two moms?
Two moms. So apparently one of the kids is like going for an egg, and one mom kind of bumps into the kid, and then the moms just start going at it.
Well, you know,
some mom-on-mom action.
If fisticuffs isn't a great way to show your love for Jesus, then I don't know what it is.
So I guess, and then to wrap up all these articles, I really felt that this one was befitting. Why do even microbes commit suicide? And I was like, well, man, dude, E. coli is committing suicide now? I guess that makes two of us. These were just the most depressing news articles.
Did it say anything about it, though? Did it talk about why they commit suicide?
No, I found that article just for that joke at the end. That was it.
We need a soundboard in here. We should also talk about how microbes kind of look like cheese puffs.
Yeah, no, I definitely eat them. They also look a little bit like, well, you know.